Pretty king that brings out Blumpkins, dashing and only doing brain rots. Oh yeah. Guys, today I don't give a shit.
Hey guys, just to let you know that I have a Patreon.
Nice.
If you are interested in supporting me, head on over to patreon.com and subscribe for some exclusive content. And I'm just gonna probably wait, actually, since I increased the volume, because that's probably been one of my complaints over the streams. That's actually been one of my complaints. I just want to know if the sound is really good. By the way, there's a Yu-Gi-Oh! 24/7 live stream on Twitch. If you guys are ever interested, I am not affiliated with them, but it is good brain rot. I am not affiliated with them. Oh wow, it is good brain rot. Okay, very good. Oh wow, that's actually very good. The sound quality is just got better. It's fucking amazing, guys. Oh, sorry, I forgot to do one thing. Sponsor. Yeah, so these automatic messages, that I've just kind of decided to do, I'm obligated to do these automatic messages. But anyways, I'm gonna try a new format, and what we're gonna do. Why don't you stream on TikTok? Oh, buddy, don't get me started. Yeah, I don't know if you guys just fucking heard that, but because I want more brain rot content on my Twitch, or my Kick, whatever you guys want to whatever you guys fucking need or whatever. Okay. Why don't you stream on TikTok anymore? Oh, buddy, don't get me started. Okay. Oh, it works. It works. No, let's not go into politics. Let's just do I don't know. What if I type toxic brain rot? Toxic brain rot. Toxic brain rotting. No. There is an idea of a pottery baker. Yeah. Some kind of abstraction. But there is no real being, only an entity. Something illusory. And though I can hide my cold gaze. Here's some tips to get you out of TikTok brain rot. No. I don't want tips to get me out of TikTok brain rot. I want more TikTok brain rot.
Can I get a dozen double chunk chocolate donuts with skibidi sprinkle? Livy? Get them. How the signal are you? I'm doing W, if I'm being chalant. You? I was going to yap the same thing. On Skip? On Skip. Are you raising anyone? I am, yeah. How is she? She Hawk 2's my Drake. Even gives me blockies after
Hawk 2-a, bro.
She even glazes my glizzy with her yacht, Gangnam style. That's so W. You still want to do it with the Charles? Yeah. He learned how to flicker doodle. And he even started reading Kali and Lufa books. Now we both do it on Book Talk. That's so stupid. I know how much you add for that flicker dude. It's so W that you finally found someone who can match your freak. You know, I thought you'd be edged off, but I stayed with him in Ohio. I was, at first, but the longer I edged, the more L I felt. I mean, I raised you for so long. Eventually I came to a realization that just because you're not running dudes with your mud buddy anymore,
You know how studying's a lot easier when it's in video format? Watch this.
Monkey.
welcome to Bucket Donuts. What can I do for you today? Hi, I have 3 separate egg sessions. Is that okay? Go ahead. Okay. For my first egg sesh, could I get a half dozen double chunk chocolate cookies? Could I get a skibbity slicer wrap if you make that vegetarian? And then, could I get a coffee with 2 pumps of your green cream? Alright, the Big Justice Special, a vegetarian Sigma meal, and a coffee with 2 pumps of cream. Will that be all for your first egg sesh? That's correct. What would you like for your second egg sesh? For my second egg sesh, can I get a dozen chocolate starfish blow nuts? Can I get a Drake sausage, fertilized egg, and cheese on...
If you're anything like me, you read this challenge and went, how the hell? What a nice phrase! Sticking out your geoff for the Rizzler. You're so skibbity. You're so phantom tat. May God forgive me for this.
What? I'm only asking for 1 hot Tuma! Is that too much to ask for? Seriously?
How does Darth Vader like his toast? A little on the dark side.
Alright, kids, here's your watermelon. Eat up. Oh, boy, eat! Just too much red for you. Hey, Daniel, how's your mewing class? I lost my mewing strength. How can you mold everyone in class if you keep losing your mewing strength? Shut up! You decided to lose my edging strength. I only lost my strength because of my tuning club. Did anyone do anything useful in class today? I lost an unable project. That's very good, honey. You kids are useless. You can't do anything. Why can't you all like do tennis? Shut up, Mom. You're from Ohio. Yeah, Mom. You're the little giant. I love my mommy.
I shitted in my pants. I'm just gonna go talking about brain maxing. Brain rot explained. It's now a trend to say the phrase brain rot. The term brain rot refers to a bunch of internet culture terms. Things like skibbity toilet, Ohio.
So the reason what I'm doing to combat my brain rot.
Hi, welcome back to freesciencelessons.co.uk. By the end of this video, you should be able to correct...
Question 1. Finish the lyrics. Squeeze.
I'm not gonna lie, that movie was way better than I thought it was.
And then I said, skibbity toilet. What? You're breaking up with me? I can't believe it. But how am I supposed to edge with now? What? I thought we were supposed to munch next week. Oh gosh, you have to be trolling. And my aura is fading away. I can see it vanishing in front of my eyes.
Oh, hell nah. Oh, my God.
You can spit on it.
Hell nah.
Come on, Kiki.
Oh, hell nah. Oh, my God.
How are you?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Holy hawk tua. My last words on this planet were about to be holy.
Holy hawk to I don't have time for you.
Don't think about the impact because it seems harmless. It's like, what is a video about it?
You know what? Where's my homie? Where's my homie? Hey, homie. It's me, Tony. Where's my fucking homie, bro?
Homie, I'm Tony. Have you ever seen such a unique and eye-catching neo letter?
Yo, bro, these guys have went up the, fucking...
Hi, everyone. I'm Tony. Many friends have asked me where can I place an order and what the price is. Please click the website link in my bio for product details and prices. We are a third-party service. What's up, homie? I'm Tony. If you want to start a business on a budget, make sure you go to the Source Factory. Reliable quality, cost-effective, and responsive sales team. All these signs come with CEUL certifications. Send your logo to see how much it costs, and follow LC sign. If you want to start a business on a budget, make sure you go to the Source Factory. Reliable material, amazing price, and responsive sales team. Very strict quality check. These signs come with CEUL certification. If you want to customize one for your business name or logo, hit the WhatsApp button in our bio for quote now. Don't forget to like the video and follow LC sign.
If you're between the ages of 18 and 30 and you're feeling lost in life, you need to watch this video.
Now that's out of the way. Come check out our
Now that's out of the way. Come check out LC Sign. Come check out my boy Tony. Real made LC Sign Texans for real ass Texans for making it in America good. Donald Trump in 2025 in order right now today.
Contact us and follow LC Sign.
Follow LC Sign, brothers.
China. I'm here in China, and let me tell you, it's tremendous here. But here's the deal.
Nah, my friends, my fellow Americans, LC Signs try to imitate Donald Trump, but my fellow Americans, this isn't who can who can out Biden. Okay, no, he probably does it better than me. He probably can.
People, when they're using Google,
I can Biden, but I can't Trump.
Google it.
Name 5 women that feel safe being in a room alone with you.
I don't know 5 women. Anyways, if you don't know how
I don't know 5 women either, but I do know LC Signs.
to take your business to the next level, come see us with this ultra-thin light box. Ultra-thin light box, 1 centimeter thick. 1 second to change the screen, 1 second to connect to
Woo-wee.
no MOQ. Full certification, worldwide shipping.
Boy, this man's got it.
Like this. Check the online shop in our bio and follow LC Sign.
Name 5 women.
Name 5 women who feel unsafe with me. I don't know 5 women, unfortunately. I haven't touched grass in so many years, bros. You know who I need?
What's up, homie? I'm Tony.
For like touching grass? I need somebody to.
Green screen is real because if you look at his hat, Mr.
Oh shit, not this guy.
With the outside since it's green.
Not this guy.
The Foley is.
No.
Je suis désolée, mais il n'y a aucune raison pour une personne encore en 2020.
Un Montréalais de 39 ans meurt après avoir attendu 6 heures à l'urgence. I'm sorry, but that's old news. That's old news. It's never gonna get any better news.
Growing up, I didn't have a positive sense of self-identity as an Indigenous person, but...
And I didn't have parents growing up. Next.
J'ai reçu un chèque de $210 pour faire le cégep. Je vais vous montrer comment vous aussi vous faites ça.
Sheesh! I'm getting 2.5K, but I'm in university studying nursing. Go apply into nursing and get your 2.5K for passing your semesters right now. $210. That's like amateur stuff.
Today I'm asking my little brother if he's ever going to get married.
I never had a little brother. I'm actually an orphan.
Okay, so do you ever want to get married? No. Why? Because you're my sister. No.
Oh my god.
Today I'm asking.
Mamie, j'ai une mauvaise nouvelle pour toi. Ce mois-ci, je pourrais pas payer le loyer.
Oh, vilain.
Je pourrais pas payer l'hypothèque. Je pourrais pas payer
Oh,
l'hypothèque.
oh, vilain, non.
Mais je comprends pas. Quelle hypothèque là?
Oh,
L'hypothèque,
yes.
je pourrais pas payer ce mois-ci. Quelle hypothèque? Dans l'hypothèque?
Inquiète mam douce là.
Si on doit ma compagnie ça là, non.
Oh,
Voici ton hypothèque. C'est ça que je dis.
oh, gros bail.
C'est pas mon hypothèque.
I just got the keys to a brand
Yo, elle inquiète la mam douce là. I'm back, homies. Hopefully I'm back.
Hey, what's up, my nigga?
Whoa, what the fuck? No, this is aberring.
Hey, what's up, my nigga?
This is very aberring.
This video has been dubbed for various markets around the world.
Theme parks, sport games, and bars begin at the airport because that has some great wedging. Going hot with aliens because there's something for everyone. You should avoid family and
I'm sorry, I've watched Dan to Dan, and I would definitely not go hot with aliens, bro. Low-key, I would go hot with the granny.
house empty.
Oh my god. It's her. It's her. Yo, bro, she broke me. She broke me. I am broke. There's like it surprises me how there's like way better people who can do stuff better than me.
Last Christmas, let's get dressed. Stripping away the stress is
I don't care about you. Oh, c'est Mamadou Noël. C'est chaque Noël, bro. Yes.
Hey, Tony, what's going on? Tony, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? Tony, what the fuck is this, Tony? Tony, I did what I thought was best for the family, motherfucker. You gotta believe me, Tony. Please don't shoot the fucking gun, Tony. Oh my god.
Oh shit, skibbity toilet.
I can take it. Watch. Guys, right off the bat, before anything leaks out or whatever, I want to just like come forward. I told my boys I wasn't gonna be able to do Apex rank split. I was gonna be grinding Black Ops 6 cameras on PC.
And I'll never get 100k followers. Next.
Any particular reason you took your pants off? Any particular reason you took your pants off?
Être en social media, c'est avoir une réputation d'être en sur un consulat. Je suis là pour vous dire que les grands formes. OK?
Et être sur Twitch, ça veut dire que j'ai rien à faire de ma vie, puis je vais jamais arriver à grand chose. Next.
You know what? In life, don't cover the judge by book. Don't judge the cover, just the book. Don't book the cover. Book. Don't whatever. Don't do it. Just don't do it.
You know something? You know what you call a male cat? You call him a cat. And you know what you call a female cat? A catty. You call him catty. Catty, caton.
One thing I know about Canadians.
And I don't know nothing about Canadians. All I know is Justin Trudeau is getting out of power. Next.
If you hate the Toronto accent, that's fine. That's totally understandable. But why are we acting like the Quebecois accent isn't worse? I don't even speak French, and that shit sounds nasty. So I just won't beg.
Both of them are nasty. Next. Oh shit, that's my boy Tony from LC Sign making a collaboration with Hello Bosa, Habibi. Oh my god. Very big LCD sign. Oh my god. Go buy the LC sign right now today, lad. Yes, go contact her. Go do the contact her.
If you get really unwell on a plane, do you want the staff to stand up and ask, is there a doctor on the plane? Welcome to my new format, right? Just...
Yo, bro, if somebody asks is there a doctor on the plane, and there's an Indian that gets up, yo, bro, I'm letting him do whatever he wants. I'm letting him do whatever he wants. Yo, bro, I trust the guy. I trust Ranjit right there. I know what this anime is.
What do you want?
Thanks a lot, man.
Huh?
Thanks a lot, man.
I think she's right. You are retarded.
You are retarded. I wonder if I ever got... Oh no, wow, I'm still on. Oh man.
Alors là, c'est mon moment, on va faire du shopping, je veux rien entendre. Chef, oui, chef. Oui, chef. Voilà.
Ils font du shopping, eux.
Non, mais tu fais quoi là? Ça va pas?
Les gens comme eux font du shopping, hein.
Honey.
Oh. Oh, damn. Sorry for party rocking.
You don't have future here. You don't have future. You can never make it.
Oh my goodness.
You're supposed to be a dinner man, serving dinner to the students in secondary school. Because you cannot do basic 1+1. You're here breathing heavy like a dog.
This guy, man. Oh my goodness. What is the meaning of this?
You must have lost your mind. You have lost your mind, but let me tell you something. You must not know who I am. I'm the 5th generation of big cats, and as you can see, I am 2 sizes bigger than you, meaning that I will destroy you. Now I'm going to let you...
As a content creator, it can be difficult.
What color is a carrot? Carrot? I think it's a carrot. I don't know about carrots. I don't know about that. If you dig a 6-foot hole, how deep is that hole? About like 20 feet. 1 minus 1 equals? It gives 35. What is a BMW?
Yo, sage right there. Sage.
BMW.
Some wisdom thoughts right there, bro.
Is a carrot.
Some wisdom thoughts.
De venir ici, faire ça avec des gens syndiqués, c'est courageux. C'est exactement ce qu'on a besoin sur cette émission, c'est plus d'accidents. Pour moi, j'ai... Je veux compter sur moi, j'ai quoi? C'est pas un numéro de spectacle. Moi,
D'accord.
Ouais, c'était comme un appel à un plan aux extraterrestres. C'était...
Yo, bro, this guy has no chill. So this lady, right? I think you heard her sing. She's doing like a fucking drum thing, and fucking I think they stopped her like midway through because it was fucking horrendously like deep shit. Anyways. This guy says like, oh bro, this wasn't even like your talent. This was like you making a mating fucking ritual to fucking aliens. Holy fucking shit. For those of you that don't understand French.
Je pense pas que madame soit venue pour finir première de cette émission. Elle a dit elle-même, elle est venue exprimer quelque chose.
Pourquoi tu te bats pour ça? T'as mis une croix?
C'est ce que je viens de te dire. Je mets une croix parce que c'est pour
toi
moi.
dans 10 ans.
He's debating. Okay, so this woman was debating. Oh, why are you like judging her in a bad way? Why are you giving her a negative review? She's not. She said she's not even here to win. She's here to like do a performance. She's here to like express herself. And then he's like, bro, that's you in fucking 10 years. What the fuck do you care? You gave her an X.
Vous avez raison. 5 ans.
Je suis facteur
Fille, est-ce que c'est une voix de tête ou une voix dans la tête?
Wow.
Une voix, c'est comme notre coupe de cheveux inachevé. Mais il a l'air de quelqu'un qui rentre dans les maisons la nuit, juste pour te regarder.
Ah oui.
Tout ça, c'est vraiment un prétexte pour vous mettre à poil, c'est ça? Un peu, ouais, quelque part. C'est pour ça, à la France, qu'il ne faut pas devancer l'âge de la retraite.
Mon film sera le tien avec les musiciennes. J'ai vu ça, c'est si bien. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Why do you want to work with this company? Well, I'm looking for a job and I saw you were hiring. But why us specifically? You have an empty position I can fill. Do you have experience? No, we require 20 years of experience. 20? It didn't say that on the application. It's standard now. Really? How much is the pay? Minimum wage. What's the experience for them? To work with us. But you're only paying minimum. But you'll be working with us. Are you special? I don't think we are special. How so? Well, how many job listings did you find online? I only found yours. And you have bills to pay, no? Well, yeah, but 20 years ago, I was 10 years old. Can't work while you're dead, right? Exactly. If only you could go back in time 20 years and get the experience needed and then come back to work with us, right? Yeah. Well, now you can. What?
Job interviews, right?
With generative AI.
Job fucking interviews.
Where are you from?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm Shelly. A lady never tells her age, but I just think I'm 39, but I
Expired.
I'm sorry.
Oh shit, hell nah.
どっちでも関係
Yo, bro, some fucking weird ass drunk uncle in an anime fucking groped some weird ass anime girl's ass.
Zelda.
Japan, right?
Unexpected
Japan, am I kidding?
We are the king
Not
and queen
really.
who founded Hyrule after all. Or at
Oh,
least
yo,
we
bro,
were
number
last
3
time
says
around.
I can't. Okay, so, okay, context. I'm watching Top 5 Anime Brain Rot Moments Part 13. And number 3
My
is
name is
fucking called I Can't Pull It Out.
King Rauru and Queen Sonia? Would that must be...
Machetta. Sorenami.
そうよね。うん、やっぱり延期した方がいいかも。だってこの寒さだしね。スバルがずっと楽しみにしてたのは知ってるし、約束だし。あ、もちろんただ約束したからってだけじゃなくて、それは私も少しは楽しみにしてたわけだけど、でもこんなに寒くちゃね、仕方ありません。なんだって。ニャンパス。
ニャンパス。ニャンパス。タブレるなにがだだ。タブレララララ。
Schlafen gehen.
It's a pigeon going to bed, and there's an Albanian flag. Yo, bro, if I can get some like Albanian love in here, I would be so happy. But if I get some Albanian love, I'm pretty sure some fucking Bosnian or some Chechnyan is gonna come on their stream. He's gonna say like, no, I'm gonna like fuck this Albanian guy, okay? I'm giving even you much more love, okay? Because I want to give you much more love than this fucking Albanian guy, okay? And probably the Albanian guy is gonna say, my dick up your fucking Bosnian ass. And then a bunch of like Balkans are just gonna come on the stream and just gonna fucking charade it to death. I'm watching Qatar Airways. Qatar. Okay, guys, pronunciation time. Please, like, make a cut of this video and let me know how you fucking pronounce it. Is it Qatar or Qatar or Qatar? Sorry, Qatar or Qatar. All right, I need a pronunciation class for Qatar. Qatar.
I'm the greatest mathematician on earth. They call me the walking calculator.
81 divided by 9 plus 4.
Why are you using dividing? Why are you dividing it? Why is it doing divide? Why are you dividing? Why are you dividing?
You are the working calculator.
No, I'm not walking now. I'm just standing here. So you're gonna walk.
I'm so sorry.
Hello?
I'm so sorry that. Oh shit.
S'il vous plaît, ça suffit, monsieur, ça suffit. Arrêtez. Enough. Faut vous dire, mais enough. Hey.
Okay, we have a doctor shortage, but the majority of foreign trained doctors in Canada aren't practicing medicine. Why?
I have first-hand experience of the obstacles we're facing. You ready? Pass a big test to prove you know English. Complete an exam from the Medical Council of Canada. Pass this expensive test that Canadian grads don't have to do. Complete the practice-ready assessment.
Wait.
Get a license specific for the province, because there is no national one.
But do you wanna know why I skipped that? Because it's irrelevant. I'm just saying, bro. Privatize healthcare. Problem fucking solved. Yeah. Arigato. Snoop Dogg. Smoke weed every day. Oh shit, I sang that like earlier. I sang like no fucking way I sang that earlier, bro. 지기만 꾸르르 살게 꾸르르 살게 꾸르르 마트 우레 마트 우레 마트 그럼. Oh shit, there's a bunch of like anime stuff.
Today I'm wearing a Chiswick's crop top and accent bottoms in evergreen.
If you see me out public looking like this, first of all, no you didn't, but second of all, this is not a reflection of me. Okay?
Oh hell yeah, she did.
I mean strictly business. Don't come up to me. I'm working.
She's working and cooking. In the beginning. Yeah, listen properly. In the beginning. In the beginning. In the beginning. In the beginning. How can he slap? How dare she? What is this behavior? Pooja, what is this behavior? Oh, Balsa. Sorry, Balsa, to bother you. Oh my god. With LED sign also. On the ceiling. LED sign on the ceiling.
Under ceiling.
Hello, boss lady. If your house will sell for under $450,000, then I buy right now because house price here in Canada is so much money.
I don't know whose idea it was to put shiny white floors in a kitchen.
And I don't know whose idea it was to put you on TikTok. Next.
Could you tell me the way to the Johoku Library? Oh my god!
I don't know the background of this teacher who was having a mental breakdown. She was actually not having a mental breakdown, but as a matter of fact, I learned years later that she was reading off of a book. And it just so happened some student was filming in class and it kind of just like made her viral. And she just went with it. She just went with it. I have no idea I don't remember what book it was, but she was reading a book. But kudos to her for like taking it. It's amazing really that she took it with like a smile and comedic relief. I don't know what reference that is.
When you're skating outside and there's a wedding taking place, above. Oh! You got an F!
Are you assuming my cup size? Can I wash your car?
Oh shit.
Can I wash your dad's car? No one wants you to wash that fucking car. Oh, don't worry. How much?
Glue, 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 too much raining. What is this behavior, Ranjit?
C'est vous, et c'est vous, parce que, mais oui, bien sûr, moi, mais qui elle est, celle-là? D'abord, la France n'est pas un acteur.
It's the orangutan. Because fuck France politics. Like, what do I care about France's politics? The fucking orangutan is like pointing at like painting colors, and they're like painting a turtle together. Bruh. Oh shit, there's a second orangutan coming to take its place. Oh shit, the male orangutan just kind of stole the woman orangutan's place.
Just keep Japanese songs that everyone knows.
I just wanna be part of your shopping list. Cooking with Kaya could never. These PJs make you look better than anything. They're really silky and stretchy. You can get up to 10% off this Christmas special. Cooking with these PJs. Cooking with these PJs. Shake.
Congratulations. You all made it. You're here. I know this OR looks like a high-tech fever dream, but it's all real and very expensive, so don't touch that. I see and appreciate your awe, but all of this high-tech equipment is useless without highly skilled surgeons to operate it. It's useless without you. You will use it to save lives. When we have a bad day, we end a life. You knew that and you went to med school anyway. That makes you brave.
You know something about like Grey's Anatomy? What are the odds? I've never watched it, but like I'm just saying, since it's like it's supposed to be like a real life, not a real life, but like a something that's like similar to actual real life scenarios in hospital. What are the odds that some young up and coming resident gets off with like a fucking hot cougar mama? Like a hot cougar doctor. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, what are the odds that these things happen?
Merry Christmas 2020!
Also, like, Meredith, like, years later, she looks fucking old and decrepit. She's not my type. I'm sorry. Like, if there's anybody that likes mommy Meredith, that's fine. I'm not judging you, but, like, she's not my type. She looks like a good mom, though. She looks like a good soccer mom, though, but she ain't my type to get off with and have, like, an affair at the hospital with her. Oh, it's the cat. Hmm?
Tough time never lasts.
Tough time never lasts. Only tough people last. What the fuck am I watching?
Should you tell your lawyer if you actually did the crime? Here's the secret. Your lawyer probably won't even ask you. First, whether you did it or not doesn't change their job. Your lawyer's goal is to get you the best defense possible, not whether you're guilty. Knowing less keeps their strategy focused on the evidence, not your confession. Second, even if you do tell it, it's protected under the attorney-client privilege. They can't tell anyone, but by not asking, they limit ethical complications. That might limit how they defend you. And finally, if your lawyer doesn't ask, they don't want you to lie. If you lie and your lawyer knows it, they can allow you to...
The more you know, sous toute réserve.
And to every Australian out there watching, because I hope you're watching what Senator Hanson's doing. She's holding up business of the day because she is obsessed with me. Senator Hanson? I've written to Senator with regards to Senator Payman and her eligibility in this Parliament. I have received a letter back from the President with regards to this, and I believe that this documentation should be tabled there in hand so for everyone to see and know what this correspondence is about. I am moving now.
Yo, bro, for some reason, New... Oh, wait, this is Australian. I thought it was New Zealand Parliament. What the fuck? Oh my god, I'm starting to get tired. And we're like 45 minutes in. I have like an hour and 22 minutes to go until the stream ends. Oh shit. Yo, Sifu actually took in a dog as his fucking student. And he was looking for like 8 more students to come train with him for Bankai and like Spinjitzu.
Mr. Nelligan, I cannot admit you for a pre-clap because that's not a real thing. Excuse me. I can feel it right under the surface like a time bomb waiting to...
Hello, I need a moment of your time.
We all need something, don't we? Dr. Bailey, what are you doing here?
My name is Dr. Miranda Bailey. I am Chief of Surgery at Great Sloan Memorial.
Surgery's upstairs on 4.
Interrupt me again, I'm coming over that counter. My name is Miranda Bailey. I am Chief of Surgery at Great Sloan Memorial, and I believe that I am having a heart attack.
Good news, ma'am. It doesn't look like a heart attack.
May I have that?
I see you are a doctor, so I'm sure you know that people can confuse heart attacks with basic indigestion and reflux.
I'm not confused. Give me that. Run a 15 lead EKG. You could be missing a posterior infarct.
Well, my cardio chief told me...
I'll be the chief of my own cardio, and I'm telling you what I need is... Here, for a posterior EKG, you want to put these here.
Damn, Miranda Bailey.
Here, turn around. Turn around. Here. Well, don't just stand there. Now, run it again. Well?
Nothing. I'm telling you, doctor, the EKG looks fine. How about I take a family history while we wait for the cardiac enzymes? Find out if there's something else going on.
How about you go away now and bring me whomever is in charge?
You want to know something? I don't know something that's like actually crazy. That people who work in healthcare are actually some of the worst patients that you'll ever have, because they're the actual people who know what's going on and who can smell medical malpractice like a mile away. That's actually true. That's actually true. But like at the same time, there's a thin line between like bullshitting the patients who work in healthcare, right? Attempting to bullshit them. And I'm not saying like deliberately trying to bullshit. I'm not trying to condemn them. I'm saying like stuff like, oh, I'm sure that you could like there's differential diagnoses that we can do, such as, and you've heard it in that video, such as gastric reflux. It could be like if we could confuse things with that. You know, no, just if they're in healthcare and they know a specific test, run the test, do as they please, and you'll just have a fine and dandy day. Stop obstinating yourself with them, you know? But it's pretty much like that. That was the orangutan.
Let's say space God. Yeah, Jesus is God. Amen. Amen. Jesus is the way. Amen. Yeah,
Jesus is God.
Wesh. Quoi, monsieur? Bon, je vais pas chercher ma commande, là. Je sais pas. Chez moi, 30. Ah, si tu fais froid, moi, je connais pas le froid, là. Si, man. Le froid, c'est juste en février.
Moi, pas gain froid.
Wesh. Ça va pas. Ça va pas, mais c'est perméable, il faut la passe. Ah, merde. Vous voulez un endroit où il y a de la connexion ici? Les 10 mm, c'est tellement rare qu'ils viennent même plus d'origine. Ils enlèvent maintenant. Les 10...
Here we go, somewhere Braincell. Je sais pas si tu te souviens, là, tu vois qu'on avait piscine, là, dans le groupe Éduc. Il y avait toujours quelqu'un...
Yo, you had fucking swimming class in secondary school? Yo, bro, my school is too poor to afford a swimming pool, man.
Mon gars, qui oublie sa serviette en piscine. Mais le problème, c'est pas que tu oublies ta serviette. Le problème, c'est que tu oublies ta serviette, tu fais le cours, puis après, tu viens me demander ma serviette. Yo, demande-moi.
I'm very concerned about my client's right to a fair trial in this case. He's being prejudiced by some statements that are being made by government officials. Your Honor, I just want to make a record of this and put everyone on notice that this has to stop. And my client is entitled to a fair trial and the presumption of innocence. And we're going to fight these charges, whether it's in the state or federal.
You want to know something about rich people? Rich people are the only people who can get away with murder. Like, no cap. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Luigi Mangione killed somebody in broad daylight, and he is the only person who will be able to afford. He is the only person who will be able to afford the fact that he managed to kill another human being in broad daylight.
Somebody's here. We'll go right in a parkade. Let's see if we can blow. Yeah, dog. We got parkade glow. Yeah, dog. Like we can blow this night. We'll go right in a parkade. Let's see if we can blow. Yeah, dog. We got parkade glow. Yeah, dog. Like we can blow this night.
You seem agitated.
She's having a heart attack and you're not helping her. That's agitating. Thank you.
Let's discuss diet and exercise. Any significant changes lately?
A few years back, my levels were a little high. I got them under control. They've been steady ever since. I take my steps, drink my green drinks.
So no spicy foods or...
You went to Yale Medical School, as I recall. But Ivy League. Is there actual Ivy there, or is that just a thing?
Dr. Bailey, I would rather discuss your health and my education. But yes, there is actual Ivy. It's not just a thing.
Oh, well, then I learned something every day, which is more than you can say for your days at Yale, because apparently your teachers didn't get the memo that women's heart attacks don't manifest the way they do in men. They're not all chest clutching, vomiting, help, my arm is numb, boom, floor drop. So just give me a cardiac stress test, Dr. Maxwell.
Dr. Bailey, I can
Just
tell...
give me the damn stress test, Maxwell.
Any medications you take regularly?
Other than statins and antidepressants to manage OCD, no. Don't do that.
Do what?
I am a sci-fi loving African-American woman in her 40s with a stubborn husband, a beautiful son, and no pets because they smell like feet. And I have a big job where I do big, life-saving, miracle-working things, where I lead others so that they can do their big, life-saving, miracle-working thing. And yes, I have obsessive-compulsive disorder. I'm not ashamed of that. But it's not my story. It's just one piece. And if you continue to look at just that one piece, if you check the mental illness box and refuse to look at anything else, then I'm not going to live long enough to finish the rest of my story. Give me the cardiac stress test, Dr. Maxwell.
Miranda, we do not need a stress test.
Okay, then I want a second opinion.
You're not happy with your care here, you're free to leave.
Oh, and drop dead in the parking lot? No, that is not how my story is. Second opinion, please. And preferably not a Yale grad. All that Ivy seems to have poisoned your brain. You tell us.
I think this is also where we could just kind of draw the line of, if you're not satisfied, I mean, you are entitled to a second opinion, but if you're also not satisfied, you can, like, walk out of there. I ain't no doctor. But at this, oh man, how do I don't remember how I managed to fix this puzzle, but it took me quite a while to do it. Because the way it is placed on this, like, mountain, it was incredibly frustrating completing this this puzzle over here. But anyways, what would I have done in that situation? I like how the doctor just kind of de-escalated things and like, well, instead of like talking about my education, let's focus on you over here. So, okay, fine. She takes statins, she takes antidepressants. She said that she is known for having OCD. But there was actually one doctor. Oh yeah, no, that was really frustrating. But yeah, no, there was actually by frustrating I mean the puzzle over there. Like I said, it took me quite a while to like just kind of figure it out. But yeah, there was like this YouTuber called Dr. Mike, right? And there's an interesting question that he asks patients who are in the medical field. And it kind of just like really it really like impressed me, if I can put it that way. And the question that he asks is, if I tell you that there is nothing wrong, or if I tell you that if there is like that you don't need this exam, and you walk out of this hospital today, is there something that will be unsettling on your mind? Something like that. It's not like verbatim what he said. I'm not like verbatimly telling you what he said, but it's kind of the gist of it. Is like, is this issue something that is gonna remain on your mind until you can get it solved? Even though I told you that because of the following reasons, I think that there's nothing wrong, you know? And I think that is, like, it perfectly makes sense. Because you're like, okay, you have a medical professional in front of you that says nothing is worrying them, actually, at the moment. However, if you still have doubts, and you are totally allowed to be in your doubts, is it something that if you walk out of here, you'll still have doubts of? You know, kind of like in the same sense of that. And I found it kind of interesting because it kind of just lets you kind of negotiate with the patient on what they think is better for them. And at that point, I think they can give you like a list. Okay, run EKGs, give me a stress test for all I care. Okay, fine. And what is the outcome? What do you think you will get out of the outcome realistically? And that is where you can talk about these tests. Okay, well, if I do give you a stress test or whatnot, if I give you a stress test, a cardiac stress test, here's what's going to happen. And then you just tell all of the things that are going to happen, you know? So kind of like that.
Depending
Anyways.
on your age, this person could elicit a very different response. 41% of people aged 18 to 29 say Luigi Mangioni's killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was acceptable. In a separate poll, the same people in that age bracket view Mangione more favorably than Thompson. On the other end of the spectrum, those 65 and older view Mangione unfavorably by about 15 to 1. This can help explain why your TikTok or YouTube feed can look so different from what you're seeing on TV or in the newspaper. Full disclosure, we are a newspaper on social media. Younger people are more likely to get their news from social media, and in this particular case, younger people had a very different point of view than older people, and that's why, depending on your age, I have a question.
No, it's actually not depending on your, well, okay, fine, but you also need to factor in that, it also depends on what news media outlet it is. Alright, fine, you guys are an independent news media. But even then, as an independent news media, you could still be leaning to the left or to the right? So, it is what it is, and a lot of, I don't know, but we haven't spoken about, like, far right
conservative. What do they think about Luigi Mangione? I haven't seen many of like TikTok feeds talk about that. I'm not talking like they maybe exist, but the algorithm hasn't shown it to me yet. You know?
Joe Biden last year said that Xi Jinping was a dictator. Do you agree with Joe Biden? Is Xi Jinping a dictator?
Senator, I'm not going to comment on any world leaders.
Why won't you answer these very simple questions?
Senator, it's not appropriate for
Are you
me as a
scared?
businessman to comment on world leaders.
Are you scared that you'll lose your job if you say anything negative about the Chinese Communist Party?
I disagree that. You will
Are you
find
scared
content
that
that is
you'll be
critical of China on our
The next time you go, are you scared that you'll be arrested and disappear the next time you go to mainland China?
Senator, you will find content that's critical of China and any other country freely on TikTok.
Okay. Let's turn to what TikTok, a tool of the Chinese Communist.
Did anybody else notice today that his lawyer's speech in court sounded like she's setting the stage for a mistrial? Did anybody else notice today that his lawyer's speech in court
Yes.
sounded like
I'm having a hard time understanding why I would open her up when I could treat it endoscopically.
Precisely my question, Dr. Yang.
I've treated this condition a dozen times.
I 1,000 times.
You would rather
Okay, low-key, Dr. Yang looks kind of hot.
To me, that's
Remember I was talking about how Meredith was, like, not doable for me? Well, Dr. Yang kind of is. I would have an affair with her. I would totally do. Please, Mommy Yang, have an affair with me.
I find your hostility curious.
And I'm curious as to why you think me hostile.
You know, if you don't agree with my approach, I wish you would voice your issues.
I don't disagree.
I don't believe you.
Are you calling me a liar, sir? You know what? Earlier, when I said I was okay with that open procedure, I wasn't. That might have been okay when, like, Hawkeye and BJ did it on MASH, but this being the new century and all, I would have, as I said earlier, treated it endoscopically.
Then you lied earlier.
You know what? I can answer these questions any way you want using medical techniques from any era. So how about we just, pick a decade you're comfortable with and go from there.
Well, it's been a pleasure being witness to such genius. I can now finally retire knowing that such advanced and creative minds are at work in the surgical field.
C'est ça que je vais faire. Fait que, check, bonne soirée tout le monde, man. Moi, je peux pas mériter ça à tous les jours. Je suis pas un petit Christ de porn en vie, je suis pas un trou de cul. Puis quand que je fais mon live, je veux être là. Je suis seul là, j'ai la patate qui me drille.
And I can't accept betas trying to get galaxies on TikTok. Next.
You're in Quebec City. I mean, you can Google all the hot tourist spots, but the only ones that are going to tell you about the hidden gems of the city are the locals.
You hear that?
Yeah, that has to be freaky. I didn't know wolves could laugh.
I'd love to do Zone A. Also, I've never worked with Renee.
If you're the guy who's been using his run charts to create this dancing flip book character in Toronto, I need you to stop. There's women here, and they're gonna see this, and they're gonna find out you're in good shape and you're funny, and I can't compete with that. I got none of that, dude.
What's that? The patient's having a heart attack. Are you giving him oxygen? Yes, of course. He's coming in right now. Then you made a choice to take drastic measures. No.
Wolves? I'm kind of perplexed. And also creeped out.
Can I get a Can I get a
That's a whole pack of wolves. There's two over there. A couple over there. And they were a lot closer than they were last night.
There was a moose and a calf on the trail down that way earlier today. I wonder if they're hunting that calf. Well, I think that's a sign that I need to get everything ready for the night. Sun's gonna set real quick here. But I think we're gonna be nice and safe. Wolves or no wolves. That's about as sturdy of a shelter as I've slept in a little while, so I think we'll be alright. Work on it a bit.
Oh, don't worry. I found it. Come here. I am just now learning about wolf cabins. Right, this one's called the Park Omega. I guess it's located in Canada, but a wolf cabin is a really nice cabin with protected windows. It gives you a panoramic view so you can just observe wolves all day long. And I only have two issues. One, why am I not there right now? And two, I'm upset at all of my friends because nobody told me this existed. I thought this was somebody's random house or...
But the fireplace turned around.
It is a fucking ass fear. I am like,
What would you do if you saw this? If your For You page is anything like mine, then photos of this smiling dog looking creepily at the camera has been all over it. So we're going to talk a little bit about the backstory behind this photo. This story was originally posted to...
it's so creepy having a laughing wolf. Like, I never thought wolves could laugh.
Black-legged dog. You just finished dinner and it's been kind of quiet. Come here.
But whatever. It's actually fucking creepy.
I have 5 rules memorized.
Do you mean to tell me Luigi Mangione showed up for court looking like this, having matching outfits with his lawyer, but somehow in this Hollister modeling photo shoot they continue to do?
White House interns, exactly how you'd expect. People of color, women, a guy in a wheelchair, more people of color.
Oh my god. We're halfway through. There's like 59 minutes left. 59 minutes to go. And it's just me like fucking chilling, being chilling around like a fucking...
Exactly how you expect.
like around the fucking winter biome.
More people.
This whole case is becoming more and more thick and crazy. A lot more people are supporting Luigi. Even in the same facility that Luigi is being held in after his arrest, the inmates of that same compound, they're screaming out the window towards the reporters, "Luigi's conditions suck. Free Luigi!" Which one netizen comment reads,
Where the fuck is Mario though?
Give children the wrong blood in this hospital, Brad. When I give adults the wrong blood in this hospital. So someone please explain to me what the hell is going on and how this isn't a lawsuit so I can lower my voice. You see this, girls? This is leadership.
We're running a second cross match to check his blood type again.
His chart says AB. It's got to be something else, right?
The second cross match is up.
It's definitely AB.
Positive or negative?
Neither.
Huh?
Is RH null?
What is that?
That's golden blood.
It's a rare blood type that lacks all RH antigens. No positive, no negative. I've never seen this.
How rare is rare?
Pretty rare because I've never heard of it.
Less than 50 people have been documented to have it.
Lovely.
workers regularly responds to violence, conflict, and increasingly climate change.
Speak in English. The letters are dancing. They're dancing, are they? Okay, then read the dancing letters.
The teacher sternly demanded Ishan to read a sentence, but Ishan simply couldn't do it. To him, the words on the textbook were dancing around. To the teacher, no, Ishan was just being mischievous.
Get out. Get out of my class. Out.
Frustrated, the teacher threw Ishan out of the classroom.
Isham, what is this behavior?
Outside the classroom, Ishan played by himself. Passing students didn't even bat an eye. He was a sight they were all too familiar with. After class, the teacher left the room. Ishan returned, and his classmates asked him if he'd finished his homework. He stayed silent, unsure of how to respond. As usual, they teased him, saying he was in trouble again. Ishan, who struggled terribly with his studies, letters that were crooked and messy. His mother was constantly frustrated with his schoolwork. But when it came to colors, Ishan was extraordinary. His paintings were vibrant, beautifully composed, and his room was filled with his own colorful murals. The next day during a math test, Ishan got a simple multiplication question wrong. When his classmates asked how the test went, he confidently said it was super easy. Later that day, his father found a forged leaf note and asked where he'd been on Thursday. Ishan admitted he had skipped school, shocked. His parents pressed him about what he had done. They were furious to learn he had just wandered around alone, or he could have gotten lost. When they asked who had written the leaf note, Ishan stayed silent. At school, Ishan's behavior didn't go unnoticed. The principal called his parents, explaining Ishan's struggles. His English writing looked like Russian. He constantly asked to go to the restroom during class, and he simply wasn't keeping up. The principal even suggested transferring Ishan to a special school. Exhausted and out of options, Ishan's father decided to send him to a boarding school for special education. When Ishan learned of this, he was furious, staring at his father with defiance. His father convinced Ishan's mother to agree to the plan. Heartbroken, Ishan begged his father through tears not to send him away, but it was no use.
Okay, what is gonna happen with Ishan? I don't want to know.
Hello? I was looking for Trevor. This is Trevor. What do you got?
Give me one margarita, I'ma open my ass. Give me 2 margarita, I'ma give you some cash. Give me 3 margaritas and I open up my butt. Give me 4 margaritas and I put it in my ass. Give me 5 margaritas.
Hello. Hi.
What's your name?
My name's Officer Smith. I'm with Nashville Airport.
I'm sick and cold, twisted, crazy looking.
Yes. Yeah.
Here for the apartment?
Hey, what's up, pal? Hold on, let me call you back. I call you back. The guy's here. Come inside, pal. Come inside.
All right.
How you doing?
All right, how are you?
You're for the apartment for Braincell.
Oh my god.
Faceless.
Yep.
Hey, ma'am.
I'm not a man.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Did I?
I'm not a fucking man.
Richard could be a man.
Richard could be a man. I don't think so, ma'am.
Library collection.
One of the biggest skincare mistakes I made in my acne healing journey that I just know
Oh god.
still making to this day.
Well then stop scamming people and then maybe you'll have better skincare.
Dr. Stevens. Yes. Remember me? I was here a couple of days ago.
The man woke up to find a wolf lying on top of him, and his heart started racing with fear. Thankfully, the wolf obediently got off the bed. It turned out this wolf was a new friend that the family husky had made, but for safety reasons, the man sent the wolf away. The husky wasn't happy about this and howled loudly.
Can you name a desert for me?
Si t'es au cégep en ce moment, t'étais vraiment en train de choco parce que t'as genre 7 à 8 cours par session, puis genre y a trop de workload. Fais des cours d'été, ok? Puis fais pas des cours d'été avec ton cégep.
If you're in CJEP, get a job.
How long do you think until they officially announce World War III? Because, like, it's literally how...
Hello, I'm a World War I historian. Like, this my special interest. I went to college for it. You can see, like, I'm currently researching to write a book. Parallels what happened right before World War I and at the beginning of World War I and what is happening right now. It's really like
Fuck. Sorry, my cat tried to bite me. It wants me to play with it.
there was a cultural obsession with like We're becoming too soft. Peacetime has made people, like, forget what humanity is supposed to be about. It's made us weak. A good war wouldn't hurt anybody. It would only make us stronger. And I've been seeing so many military recruitment billboards in my town where, like, I've just never seen that kind of billboard before. A propaganda department they set up right at the beginning of World War I because they knew that they were going to need.
I got the cat. I have acquired.
I think until they officially announced World War III, because, like, it's literally not.
So people online are starting to share their denial letters from the Healthcare Insurance United and the absolute ridiculous reasons why healthcare was denied for them. In this particular letter, parents had asked for a wheelchair that could accommodate their small child who has cerebral palsy. Their request was denied by United Healthcare. Why? Because they said their child didn't need a fancy wheelchair when a simple wheelchair was good enough. Here it says the reason for denial is your child's doctor asked for an advanced group of powered wheelchair with features. These are requested to help your child's mobility. This is because your child has cerebral palsy. This is a condition that can cause muscle weakness. We reviewed your child's healthcare plan rules. A wheelchair is not approved. Its features cannot be approved. To approve this power wheelchair, your child's records must clearly show the following. A simple wheelchair is not available to help your child's mobility, and a simple wheelchair cannot meet your child's needs. We've reviewed the record, and it says that a simple wheelchair can meet your child's needs. We think the doctor that recommended a powered wheelchair is lying to us because we're going to go ahead and read some reports, and we expect your child with cerebral palsy to power themselves in a wheelchair with no features. And it's for this reason that people are cheering on the guy in New York who's on the run from the FBI. He's become a modern folk hero at this point. And this response from the public is terrifying CEOs and billionaires everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't the reason that they're bringing back the snack wrap to McDonald's. So people online are starting to
Red blood, Parker. I was told you used a defibrillator to fry the keypad on the blood bank. People need to. Hey, I don't want excuses.
Wonder what this feels like. Ow! It hurts.
Aww. My cat wants. My cat is like forcing me to pet him on the head.
Yes. I've got your Colgate toothpaste. The one with tartar control. Yeah, Amy Bill.
To save a desperate child, Nick went to Ishan's home to speak with his parents. Unexpectedly, Ishan's father was only angry about Ishan's lack of seriousness toward his studies, failing to understand the real reasons behind it. Nick pulled out Ishan's homework and pointed out the issue. He confused the letters B and D, consistently mixing up similar letters, a condition known as mirroring. For Ishan, who had dyslexia, distinguishing these letters was extremely challenging. However, Ishan's stubborn father dismissed Nick's explanation as nonsense, insisting that it was merely an excuse for Ishan's unwillingness to learn. Frustrated by his father's lack of insight, Nick felt a sense of despair. How could such a father exist in the world? At that moment, Nick brought forward a toy box covered in Japanese writing and asked Ishan's father to read it aloud.
चाइनीज में अरे कोशिश तो कीजिए चलिए क्या बेकार की बात कर रहे हैं मैं कैसे पढ़ सकता हूँ इसकी बदतमीजी कर रहे हैं आपका रवैया ठीक नहीं ये आप शैतानी कर रहे हैं.
Nick's actions finally made him understand. Ishan had been subjected to unfounded criticism and pressure throughout his childhood. The father came to the painful realization of how foolish he had been. The feeling of being unjust.
Such foolishness from the father of Ishan.
Had been completely shattered. As a child, Ishan had masked his inability with rebellion, but now the oppressive environment of the boarding school had stripped him of even the courage to rebel. Hearing this, Ishan's mother was brought to tears, while his father hung his head in shame. To save a desperate child, Nick went to Ishan's home to speak with his parent.
Does anyone speak Korean? Is anyone a doctor?
Yes. I'll go get her.
Not funny.
What's supposed to be funny?
Fever, headache, severe abdominal pain, and a rash all over his lower back. It's serious. Maybe contagious.
We just attended a symposium on pandemics. We weren't ready to one on the flight home. Talk about a small world.
If it's meningococcus, half the passengers on this plane could get infected and die before we reach New York. Is someone sick?
No. Someone has a hangover. He had a suitload of Bloody Marys before dinner.
Oh, my cat just wanted to reposition himself.
That proves to not give him the rash. It is textbook meningococcus.
It's also a textbook allergic reaction to pollen, peanuts, semen-stained polyester blanket in his lung.
Mr. Peng's throwing up again. We have to turn around. What? Why do we have to
We don't. Misunderstood. Dr. Kelly just meant that he might feel less nauseous if he was facing in a different direction. She didn't mean to panic a plane load of people.
We're not headed for the North Pole. We don't turn back now. The next.
So this guy, his name's Luigi, and Luigi just unalived a man, and people.
In broad daylight, by the way.
So Luigi's got a lot going for him. He was a valedictorian in his high school. He went to an Ivy League university. He's generally a charming and friendly dude. And one day, he decides to move to Hawaii. I mean, he's in his 20s, he has a remote job, so why not? And there, Luigi learns to surf. Here's the thing, though. Luigi has had bad back pain since he was a little kid. He actually has a condition called spondylolisthesis. And I guess all the surfing aggravates his spondylolisthesis, and his back starts hurting like crazy. In fact, it's so bad that he's in bed for a week, and even after he recovers enough to get out of bed, the pain doesn't really go away. So most days, Luigi's just in pain, and it sucks. So he does his research, and he starts reading books about chronic back pain, and he does everything he can to help himself. But nothing seems to work, and this back problem is really starting to consume his life. Like, he's not sleeping right, he can't surf, he can't have sex, he can't...
Oh shit, he can't have sex?
...he wants in Hawaii.
Well, that is actually justifiable.
And I don't know exactly where he goes after this, but things continue to get worse. Like, the pain is just unbearable. Sometimes his legs feel numb, and he just never feels rested. And this is just a bit of speculation on my part, because we don't have all the info right now. It is speculated that this whole time he's battling with his health insurance provider, trying to get them to cover his treatment. And that, unfortunately, isn't going too well, as these things generally don't. And eventually, something happens to him that gets him sent to the ER. And from there, he has to schedule a surgery for his back, no matter what it costs. I mean, there's no other way around it. This is ruining his life. So he schedules the surgery, and he gets it. And it's a spinal fusion surgery where doctors fuse part of the spine together. And so they do the surgery, and after about a week, he's already starting to feel better. And little by little, he becomes active again. And he goes backpacking through Asia, and he ends up in Japan, and this is just what he really needed. But again, this is speculation based on how American health insurance works. It is speculative. During this, he continues to fight with his health insurance provider to get them to cover his back surgery. And they just keep giving him the runaround, like they are known to do. And by the time he gets back to the U.S., bro has had enough. He's done with these insurance companies, and he's done with the U.S. healthcare system. And so he decides to do something about it. And he comes up with this insane plan to assassinate a CEO. So first, he distances himself from his friends and family, and he stops posting online. He basically ghosts everyone for months. Then he gets a bunch of fake IDs, and he 3D prints a pew-pew and a silencer. Then he takes 3 bullets. So this guy, his name's Luigi, and Luigi just...
Thanks to Canadian.
Our nurse versus non-nurse CPR challenge. Really getting that bounce. Go with it.
Something very interesting just happened because of the guy who unalived the health insurance CEO. Directors like Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh, who love to divide and enrage people who watch their videos, had their audiences turn on them. See, after United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was... a lot of people found it hard to have sympathy. I mean, just over a year ago, a lawsuit was filed against his company claiming that United Health illegally denied coverage to elderly people by deploying an AI model known by the company to have a 90% error rate. In a 2008 study, I know it's old, but it's what I could find, revealed that more than 26,000 Americans pass away each year because of a lack of health insurance. So when the news came out, people posted stuff like, unfortunately, hearts and prayers are out of network. And when Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro saw this, they ran with it. Shapiro made a video titled, "An Evil Revolutionary Left Cheers Murder," and Walsh titled his, "Why
The left is really celebrating the murder of a CEO. But they made a terrible mistake. If there's one thing that unites people across the political spectrum, it's being pissed off about rich companies screwing the poor for profit. So when these grifters did what they always do, play on politics of polarization and division to make people angry, people finally saw right through it. Saying things like, quote, I'm not having this left versus right shit anymore, Ben. I want health care for my family. And it's not left or right to say that America deserves a better health system.
So I was kind of right.
I just realized
There are some far, not well, okay, fine. These guys are like far right, but there are some right-centered medias that are for like the CEO actually, where like it's not okay to murder people. And I mean, it is what it is, but hey, you want to get a message across, and I mean, the message got across. And then again, look, listen. The only way to make things right is when you have another rich guy do something on another rich guy. And that is literally commit murder in broad daylight and end up getting away with it. And you know why the guy actually went and did what he did? In the UX, mind you, number one, he's rich. Number two, bro is rich. And number two, he's like, it's the USA. I can murder somebody in broad daylight. And number three, I'll get away with it either way.
United Healthcare shooting, can you give us your thoughts about that? And what do you make of the reaction around the suspected shooter? Is that
I think it's a terrible thing. I think it's really terrible that some people seem to admire him, like him. And I was happy to see that it wasn't specific to this gentleman that was killed. It's just an overall sickness as opposed to a specific sickness. That was a terrible thing. It was cold-blooded, just a cold-blooded, horrible killing. And how people can like this guy is, that's a sickness, actually. That's really very bad. Especially the way it was done. It was so bad. Bring them back. And thing like that, you can't believe that some people, and maybe it's fake news, I don't know, it's hard to believe that can even be thought of, but it seems that there's a certain...
I believe it's fake news.
I don't get it. Yeah, please.
I believe the way that I just died right now is also fake news.
So there's a video going viral right now, and I can't post it on here, but it's Justin Trudeau going out for a jog, and a kid goes up to him, and he takes a selfie, and he's got his phone, and Justin Trudeau's in the picture, and he's like, look at this, and I'm not going to say the word, but I'm going to tell you about what that word means. I remember showing my wife a video of Trudeau, and I didn't even notice it. I think I've just gotten so used to him talking, but she doesn't really follow politics, and she's like, ew, why is he talking like that? Why is his voice so lispy? She's like, is that how he really talks? And then I showed videos of how he jogs, and then I showed other videos and pictures of how he sits. And I mean, call me a conspiracy theorist, but I mean, there's only one logical conclusion that I could come to, which I think is the same one that a lot of people online have come to. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm just going to give you the information that I have and not give any opinion on it. I mean, it's all the power to him. But I think you all know what I'm talking about. But I did have a video a while back that compiled a ton of this stuff. And I mean a lot of it. And like once you see all this, it is almost, I mean, it would be very hard to deny because I don't know a single guy that, has that full package of, behavior, especially now that he's single. You know what I mean? So there's a video going viral right now, and I can't post it.
Such a privilege is our generations. They're starting kids. Because when I was growing up in the 2000s, everyone from my mom to aunties to teachers, every time you came with them with a problem, they would be like, they're starting kids in Africa, which meant you should be grateful in your life because you can always have it. Could you explain the Canadian election process too? Listen, it warms my heart. Recently I covered this video where a man has a pretty poignant...
Back to the U.S., bro has had enough.
Oh, damn, let's go.
He's done with the U.S. healthcare.
Let's go, Ray William Johnson.
He decides to do something about it, and he comes up with this insane plan to assassinate a CEO.
So first, he distances himself from his friends and family, and he stops posting online.
So like part 2 out of 3.
For months. Then he gets a bunch of fake IDs and he 3D prints a pew-pew and a silencer. Then he takes 3 bullets and on the casings he etches the words deny, defend, depose on them. Which deny, defend, depose is a reference to delay, deny, defend, which is a reference to the shady tactics that American health insurance companies use to deny coverage to people in need. And so after doing that, Luigi gets on a Greyhound bus, and they believe it originated in Atlanta, and he takes that bus all the way up to New York City. And there, he checks into a hostel, and he waits. 10 days later, it's early in the morning, and Luigi leaves the hostel, and he heads over to the Hilton Hotel. And there, outside the hotel, he waits for about an hour for his target to show up. Then, his target does. This guy. Brian. Now, Brian is the CEO of United Healthcare, aka the largest health insurance company in the United States. Now, allegedly, United Healthcare denies more claims every year than any other health insurer. So a lot of Americans really hate this company, including me. So Brian is just arriving to the hotel for an investors conference, probably to talk about his record profit margins or whatever. But then Luigi sees him walking up, and he walks right up behind him, and he aims his pew-pew at him, and he shoots him in the back. And Brian
My cat's back.
falls to the ground. And the whole thing is caught on security footage, which I can't show you the murder, but you can see Brian here, and obviously Luigi is here. So anyway, he knows he needs to get the hell out of there before police show up. So he jumps on one of those bike share e-bikes and he flees. And you can actually see him on surveillance footage here as well. And so he rides over to Central Park and he ditches the bike and his backpack and his jacket and he hails a cab. And eventually he ends up at Penn Station. From there, allegedly, he gets on a train and he flees to Philadelphia. And so Luigi's long gone. His plan worked, he made his escape. And Brian, as you already know, he doesn't make it. But then the news breaks.
Tonight, the urgent manhunt in New York City after the CEO of one of America's largest health insurers was fatally shot in a brazen targeted attack.
And as crazy as the story is, it doesn't really catch fire with the general public until the public learns about the bullet casings. The ones that had the words deny, defend, depose etched on them. Because this suddenly lets everyone know that the shooter's motive was likely tied to being denied health insurance coverage. Something that nearly every American adult has experienced or will experience in their lifetime. And so, real quick, you people who aren't from the United States, I don't think it's back to the U.S. Bro has...
I knew this video existed, and I have been looking for it. It's from 2016. Watch this.
What would you like your government's legacy on LGBT issues to be? To get it to a point when we have an LGBT prime minister and nobody notices. I think just understanding that...
You want to know something? I kind of find it sus that his wife decided to divorce him.
He was on display for everyone to see in the biggest staged perk walk I've ever seen in my career. It was absolutely unnecessary. He's been cooperative with law enforcement. He's been in custody for over a week. He waived extradition. He was cooperative at all accounts. There was no reason for the NYPD and everybody to have these big assault rifles that, frankly, I had no idea was in their arsenal. And to have all of these, the press there, the media there, it was like perfectly choreographed. And what was the New York City mayor doing at this press conference, Your Honor? That just made it utterly political. And as Your Honor knows, under Laura v. Charles, the Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit has held it to be clearly established that these staged perk walks to the media, unrelated to a legitimate law enforcement objective, is unconstitutional. And I submit there was zero law enforcement objective to do that sort of perk walk. There's absolutely no need for that whatsoever. And frankly, than anyone, presumption of innocence that he too is afforded when he dealing with his own issues. And frankly, I submit that he was...
There's 34 minutes left.
...from those issues by making a spectacle of Mr. Mangione. And there are consequences to this. He has a right to a fair trial. And I just want to put on the record statements that the mayor made publicly about my client. Nothing saying alleged for example, and he said, I wanted to send a strong message with the police commissioner that we're leading from the front. I'm not going to just allow him to come into our city. I wanted to look him in the eye and state, you carried out this terrorist act in my city, the city of New York that I love. And he wanted to show symbolism. Your Honor, he's not a symbol. He's somebody who is afforded the right to a fair trial. He's innocent until proven guilty. And the mayor was talking to jurors.
Here's how insurance company lawyers defend depositions. It's textbook for them to just accuse the witness of committing fraud and to try to put words in their mouth.
If we look at the very bottom, there's a notation that says that you cannot leave home without a cane, without a walker, cane, or assistance from another person. Do you see that? That statement was false, wasn't it? As of the time when this form was prepared, you were perfectly capable of leaving the home without a walker or a cane or assistance from another person, weren't you?
If I want to be a fall risk.
So is your testimony that at this time you did not leave home without a walker or cane or assistance from another person?
Well, it's possible. Like, I'm walking around here, sometimes without the walker, just for space restrictions. So I'm able to do it, but I don't like to do it very often.
Dr. Anderson and you reported that you needed assistance for shopping, correct?
It's checked, yes, correct.
That representation was false, wasn't it?
No. No, everything gets hard when you have a traumatic brain injury.
But as of the time of this submission, you were perfectly capable of shopping for yourself, weren't you?
No, I wouldn't agree with that.
Toward the bottom.
They wouldn't have submitted it.
Here's how insurance company lawyers defend depositions.
I have a video. It's not real.
I can't keep some credit on it.
Yo, Wendy's. Quick question. This triple meal cost me $15.72. For $15.72, is Wendy gonna come out here and suck it? Put it on her chin? For almost $20. Is Wendy gonna come out here while I eat this thing and throw ass? No play. Did she on the frog? What the fuck is going on? I thought a fucking meal deal was supposed to be. I thought fast food. This shit is giving cancer, not curing you. Idiots. I do like divorce. You got guaranteed movies in my face. I just paid $60 to eat my car alone. Yo, Wendy's.
And they expect tip, by the way. Some of these like restaurants, like for example Subway, they expect tip. They fucking expect tip. I'm just saying. And they and because they expect tip, some of these people will look at you with a side eye and be like, bro, why didn't you give me any fucking tip? And I'll be like, yo, bro, it's fucking fast food. Are you gonna fucking suck it for me if I give you tip?
So this will probably be my last video. It's definitely happening. This account's definitely gonna be, and it's not by my choosing. Yesterday, in a span of 12 hours, I received 3 violations. I was able to appeal them all successfully. I received another 2. I received another one about 10 minutes ago. And that one, I can't even appeal. And I have certain ones that I know for a fact followed all the guidelines. It's been in the appeal process for about 2 months now. But that strike is still there. And I know this is happening because it's happened to me before. I used to have another account where I had 160,000 followers. This one, I got up to close to 100,000. I don't think I'm going to break it because I think I'm going to get canned real soon. But for that reason, I did start an account, and I did plan for it this time. And the link is going to be right down here, but it's going to be Mario for the North. And it's going to be Mario for the number 4.
Can you please explain the blockkeeper call? Listen, I can give it a go. I'll explain the politics, but I can't explain their existential crisis. Stand by. I keep all of my Quebec information in my Bugs Bunny notebook. Alright, for those who don't understand, you gotta go back to this video to understand why they're asking about the Bloc Québécois, because I described 3 major political parties and everybody's really upset I didn't include the Québécois. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in Quebec history so you guys understand why I didn't bother including the yes, I say Quebec, because that's the way they like you to say it. Number 1. Quebec got talked into Confederation in 1867 because we desperately needed them and they needed us because we were very afraid that the United States, after their Civil War, were going to push up and take us over so we forge as a country. We promised Quebec they'd be able to keep their distinct society, their language, their culture, their civil law if they joined us in this new country. So that's on us. We promised the law. We didn't want to fulfill it. Number two, Quebec saw over the years that we were slowly eroding their culture. We were moving in English people, we were moving in English businesses, and they started to get, let's say, a little trepidatious about the English taking over their culture and religion that we promised to protect.
Yeah, they got sussed.
They started pushing for what they called a quiet revolution. And this quiet revolution was a way that their society was going to try to protect said language and culture from, us stepping in and putting in a Starbucks. Ooh. All right, number three. When that quiet revolution didn't happen, well, they went for the very loud revolution through the FLQ crisis. The FLQ was actually a domestic terrorist organization inside Quebec. That their sole responsibility, their sole goal was to liberate Quebec from the rest of Canada and create a separate state. Now, the way they did it, they started putting bombs in mailboxes in very affluent English-speaking areas like Westmount in Quebec, and it would blow up their mailbox and hopefully force them out. When that didn't work, the FLQ escalated their terrorist activities, kidnapped Pierre Laporte and James Cross. One of them died in the back of the truck, I can't remember which one, and it then incurred, a very angry Pierre Trudeau, who was Prime Minister at the time, and he sent in the military. And yes, he used the War Measures Act. So when he sent in the military to go hunt down all of these terrorists, he pretty much threw away all civil rights of any Quebecer from the ages of 18 to 34. And when the media got up close and personal to Trudeau, put a microphone in his face and said, "How dare you take all these civil rights away? Do you really think you can do this?" His response was, "Just watch me." Now, you'd think Trudeau would want to mend fences at that particular moment. Now, he did catch the FOQ and arrested the terrorist organization, but in the wake of that, he pretty much took away all civil rights within the province of Quebec. So they weren't too happy with this.
No, not at all.
Instead of building that bridge, what did he do? Well, he created a uniquely Canadian constitution. Canada didn't have its own constitution until 1982. Before that, we were actually using Britain's. When he created this constitution, you'd think Quebec would be happy, but they weren't. They didn't like the way that you had to amend the formula. They didn't like any of it, and actually, they didn't even sign on to it. That brings us to Brian Mulroney. Now, Brian Mulroney was Prime Minister, and he wanted to actually amend the fence. So what did he do? He tried to amend the Constitution with something called the Meech Lake Accord. And when he tried to amend the Constitution, his primary directive was to make sure that he was going to bring Quebec into the fold of Canada and create a unified sovereign nation. What was in the Meech Lake Accord? I'd be happy to tell you. Number one, a distinct society as Quebec. Number two, the Supreme Court would be entrenched in our Constitution. Number three, provincial governments could opt out of federal plans and receive the money instead. Number four, all 10 provinces would have to agree. And number five, Quebec would control its own immigration. It seems good, right? You think that would pass, but what ended up happening was Manitoba said no under the guidance of Elijah Harper. Elijah Harper stood up in their parliament and said, "You haven't included Indigenous people again, so you're going to have to go back to the drawing board." And it's now that I actually get to the Bloc Québécois being created in 1991 as a response to the Meech Lake Accord failing. So the Bloc Québécois gets created as Canada's first national party dedicated solely to the separation and independence of Quebec. Now, you would think that would stop Brian Mulroney from trying to include them, but it didn't. And what did this man do, which I am actually quite proud of? He went town to town to town all across Canada and tried to decide what the people wanted, how they wanted their constitution adjusted, what they needed to see from their federal government. He then made a list and tried to put it through the Charlottetown Accord. Let me tell you what was in it. Number one, all the tenets of the Meech Lake Accord. Number two, Indigenous rights. Number three, workers' rights, basically putting unions right into our Constitution. And number four, and probably the most impressively, an elected Senate. Did this pass? No, of course not. Want to know why? Business owners hated it. Anybody that had a boatload of money didn't want unions in the Constitution. Want to know who else stood against it? Quebec. Why did Quebec stand against it? Well, they didn't want Indigenous people getting the same rights that they were going to get. Are you starting to notice why I have such a problem with Quebec and the Bloc Québécois? Now, after the Charlottetown Accords failed, Quebec wasn't done with trying to be separate, right? So they started this entire campaign to gain sovereignty association, and they had a referendum on it. What does it mean? Well, I'm going to tell you, but they didn't bother telling the voters. They just said, listen, Quebec wants to be independent. Do you like the idea of sovereignty association? Please vote. Now here's my metaphor of what sovereignty association actually meant. It's kind of like when you're a teenager, you don't want to live at home anymore, so you tell your parents you're moving out, but you then expect your parents to pay for your condo, your chef, your car, your expenses, your school, your clothes, and live a free life where you get to make all the other decisions while somebody else puts the bill. By the skin of their teeth. Sovereignty association in that referendum, even though they gave actually no limits to what sovereignty association meant, actually failed in Quebec. And the guy that was pushing for sovereignty association, a guy named Jacques Braincell, actually blamed the ethnic vote for losing. Are you crazy, Mr. Racist? Now the big question is, why didn't I include the Bloc Québécois when I was speaking about the major federal political parties in Canada? Well, the answer is quite simple. Number one, they only run candidates in Quebec. They are not a national party because they don't run national candidates. And number two, their prime directive, since its inception, has been seceding from Canada altogether and creating an independent Quebec, which would be horrible for Quebec and horrible for Canada. I admit that they have the right to do so. It is in their democratic right to secede from the rest of Canada, but while you're trying to do it, don't expect me to call you a legitimate party of our country. Can you please explain?
I mean, it is in your right to do so, not to call the Quebec, the Bloc Québécois, like not to consider it a real party. I mean, whatever. It's your belief. But I just want to point out a fact that what is so weird is, and this is true, I saw this all out on TikTok. Quebec is the only province that gets offended when you call them racist. But from history, apparently, and this is like something that I actually learned something right now about Quebec, is that they kind of are. It's okay. You can admit it, right? You can admit it that you are. But it is the only province that will say, that will get offended by being called racists. You know? And it's actually an interesting theory. However, I will tell you this. I think the Bloc being a party in and of itself, I think it is a very good strategic move. Why? Because it benefits the province of Quebec. And don't get me wrong, I have pointed out the second theory before. I call it second theory because I just said, my theory is that I was seeing like TikTok videos on why Quebec finds it offensive being called racist. But anyway, so this is another theory that I have, is the reason why there's a Bloc Québécois in the federal party is in order to be like an intermediate vote. It's like a waste vote. So you know how like Canadians, actually all of Canada, you'll have probably like the majority of Canadians glorifying election day, being like, oh, you didn't go vote, and they'll make you fucking feel bad for not going out to vote. You didn't go vote? It's your right. You have to go vote, and then you'll feel obligated to vote because these Canadians made you feel bad for not voting and just like taking a day off and being like, oh, it's election day, it's my day off, I'm gonna go vote. But whatever, I digress. So instead of like being like, instead of having like Quebecers be like, but I don't like neither of the parties, well, who do they have to waste the vote on? It is the Bloc Québécois. They are legitly vote wasters.
Okay, that is why the Bloc Québécois has been in party since, has been pertinent in Parliament since 2015. And the reason why is in 2015 they were had how many votes? 12 votes. Come to 2019, they get probably 30-ish seats or 31 seats. Come to the 2021 elections, they get 32 seats. And they're like, we are winning. And they keep winning. Why? Because now nobody likes Trudeau. However, nobody wants to vote conservative because for some reason the media has been very good at branding Pierre Poilievre as a Donald Trump 2.0. So, as Quebecers, they don't like Trump either because he would be too American, and they don't like Justin Trudeau because he's Justin Trudeau right now and he's doing a terrible fucking job. Who are they going to vote for? The Bloc Québécois. That's why a bunch of Bloc Québécois have been up and coming in Quebec, and even in regions you wouldn't expect votes to go to the Bloc Québécois. And it is baffling how no other province have actually thought about making their own national political party to benefit them. Could you imagine if that were to happen? I mean, Alberta could do it. Alberta could be the second one to have a national political party all about them. However, that would mean that Canada would be in complete and utter chaos. Complete and utter chaos. Would I want that to happen? Probably. That'd be sick to see it actually happen. I would actually want history buffs to do stuff to make a second video, a response video to mine. I want theoretical history buffs to practically do that for me.
The ones that had the words
Back to Luigi, part 3 out of 3.
Because this suddenly lets everyone know that the shooter's motive was likely tied to being denied health insurance coverage, something that nearly every American adult has experienced or will experience in their lifetime. And so, real quick, you people who aren't from the United States, I don't think you quite understand. In America, the health insurance business is all run by private corporations. There is no public option. So even if you have insurance and you get sick or injured, the insurance companies will very often figure out ways to not have to cover you. Even though you're paying them every month, doesn't matter. They will find a way to not cover you. It's a really fucked up system that the general public is absolutely fed up with. And so people learn that Luigi unalived this healthcare CEO, and they start going apeshit. People online are defending him, saying the shooting was justified. People start putting up wanted posters of other healthcare CEOs. Luigi gets a ton of fans. His social media accounts quickly blow up with hundreds of thousands of new followers before social media platforms take them
There's 15 minutes left.
later. People are reposting shirtless pictures of him,
Damn.
over him, oh my god, he's so fine. I mean, people on TikTok are talking about how attractive he is.
Every woman in America is thirsting so hard for this Luigi Mangione guy. Yes, he's objectively attractive.
And so people from all sides of the political spectrum are cheering him on because he's suddenly become a representative of every American's frustration with the U.S. healthcare system. Meanwhile, the NYPD is on a manhunt for Luigi, and they release a few photos of their person of interest, but they don't really know who he is. And he covered his tracks well enough that they can't find him. So the NYPD offers a $10,000 reward for any tips leading to his arrest. Then the FBI offers a $50,000 reward. But so far, no one is snitching, because a lot of people think he's a hero. So then 5 days go by since the shooting, and Luigi, he's been hiding out this whole time, and he ends up in Altoona, Pennsylvania. And at one point, I guess he gets hungry, like we all do, and he decides to go eat at a local McDonald's. And while he's there, another customer feels like they recognize him, and they tell an employee, and that employee calls 911. Minutes later, police show up and bam, they finally arrest him. Here's his mugshot. And here's some more footage of him. He's in police custody. Anyway, so he's in jail now, waiting on his trial, which will probably happen sometime in 2025. And it's going to be an absolute circus. But I'm sure.
Not only is Luigi not getting a Nobel Prize, they might even give him the death sentence. Yeah, because he unalived the CEO that unalived a lot of other people because of profits. And you see,
That's actually quite ironic, actually.
it's okay. I find it fascinating that.
Oh, guys, I'm in the washroom. You open the door to stop. What is this? C'est quoi? C'est quoi? C'est quoi?
Fact. The more obscure the philosopher, the more insane their philosophy. These guys are all totally obvious. Theory of the forms, form and content, Socratic dialogues, behold a man, suicide or coffee, I think, therefore I am, hell is other people, communism, logic alone is truth, knowledge can be gotten through luck, and the tabula rasa. These guys are also pretty intuitive. The state alone dictates truth. There's no fixed self, only sympathies. There's an objective moral law to which we're all bound. Politics is about general, not particular wills. Faith is a paradox and a leap. Revolution can go too far. There's a moral calculus that allows us to determine right and wrong. Free will is needed for faith. There's an unconscious that controls us behind our backs because this is the best of all possible worlds in which we control our passions for experiments and living so that Aristotle can be baptized. Now these guys get a little suspicious of what we're talking about. It's better, for instance, to have died than lived. God is only nature. Christianity is a slave's morality. Culture is an industry. Equality is founded on ignorance. Capitalism is only Christianity. Our bodies and our signs are controlled by power. For those in colonial positions, violence is the only way out. History ended in 1830. We are fundamentally different from each other, and there's no way out. Language is just what we do. There's nothing else. And if we're in this world, it's because we don't know what to do about it. We're thrown into it. And the world is just a giant wheel to which we're all subject. For these guys, we don't even know what we're talking about. Culture is an endless series of incomprehensible references. The unconscious is like a language that we need to mathematically analyze. We need to let schizophrenics run free.
Oh, shit.
Is not based on scarcity, but excess and sacrifice. We perform who we are. There is no fixed us. There are fundamental existential enemies that we can't get over. Politics should be based on solipsism. The economy is just based on internal desire. Nothing that is outside the economy can do anything but be the economy. And we're all interconnected, no matter who or where we are. These guys want to get rid of what we're talking about altogether, because nature has no place for man. All acts of intercourse have the condition for the possibility of grape. If we wanted theory, we actually have to do fiction. The future is untenable because we've forgotten the past. Existence is just God's body decaying. The revolution of the proletariat really means returning to monkey, and materialist dialectics are only about sex. These guys want to get rid of everything we've ever previously talked about to accelerate the future, abolish gender using technology, to get rid of all sex and gender differences, because technology is intrinsically feminine, because no human subjectivity exists even as experience. It's all interconnection, meaning that we must try to merge with technology. Guys have almost nothing to say because they don't even exist. She was written as a meme to confuse people on Instagram. He is a hypothetical character used to describe the conspiracy of existence itself against the human race. And he was invented based on H.P. Lovecraft to discuss Lemurian time vectors invented by these guys before the age of Atlantis. These guys are just comedians. How many did you know? If you want me to go through these a bit more slowly.
China.
I used to like this fellow Canadian up until about yesterday, and I'm going to make my point very clear. Just watch.
I am studying your can, and I am looking for.
Who doesn't know what a tariff is? As always, I'll do it myself. Walking around.
I mean, you guys do appreciate that flying on your airlines is a disaster, don't you? I'm slightly amazed by the general attitude of all of you here. I mean, flying on your airlines is horrible. It's a terrible experience.
At a Senate hearing on airline fees, Senator Josh Hawley called out Frontier and Spirit for charging so-called bounty fees, bonuses to gate agents who charge passengers for carry-ons that are too big.
Do you charge a bounty? Do you pay employees bounties on carry-on bags to identify them? It's a simple. That's a yes or no.
I wouldn't characterize it as a bounty.
It's being called one of the largest blackmail schemes in modern history. Subway, the popular fast sandwich restaurant chain, is threatening to reveal the identities of all customers who eat at Subway if they don't pay up. Subway this morning sent the following disturbing.
I demand Justin Trudeau's immediate resignation. Mr. Singh, hasn't he already hinted at resigning? Yes, he did. I just want Canadians to see that I played a huge role in his resignation. But couldn't you have done that earlier? Of course. I've been roasted multiple times. With zero reserves? The point is, I've been calling out every bad decision he has ever made.
People are boycotting this company now because the owner of it actually called the police to report Luigi Mangione. So this is Peter Daring. He is the CEO and founder of Pete Design, the backpack company. And their backpack here on the mothership. Are you intoxicated or something?
Is that all you got?
That's why you wear some sunglasses?
Is that the only line you got?
Are you intoxicated?
Yeah.
You look like
Come on, me motherfucker. Let's go.
You think I'm afraid?
You know, that's fine. Okay, no, I don't.
Sarah, you think I'm afraid of you, man? Are you crazy?
Bronco owners, are you bold enough?
Fact. This doesn't mean we're in a dystopia. It actually means 4 dystopias at the same time. It's Orwellian because the elite that control the healthcare system are also trying to control the news media's narrative. Like Orwell's Inner Party in 1984, there is no genuine communication between us, the average citizen, and them, the party members. The economic elite are in the pocketbooks of the Inner Party. It's Kafkaesque because, like Joseph in Kafka's The Trial, to do anything, to change anything, you have to go through so much bureaucratic and legal red tape that by the time you've just filed one subpoena, they've already gotten rid of 20,000 people. That's, of course, not to mention all the red tape you have to go through just to find somebody in network, too. It's Huxleyan because all the choices we're given, like the residents of Brave New World, are already prefabricated by an elite. They create a surplus of choice, which is utterly fake, given that a couple companies own the media, own basic goods and services, and own healthcare. Like the alphas, betas, and gammas who are all scientifically designed to have a part and parcel of their society, our systems create controlled desires and get parts of society addicted to different types of desires, such that when they get pre-existing conditions like diabetes or obesity afflicting over 2/3 of the American population, those same systems can then proceed to narcotically medicate those people on antidepressants, high blood sugar medication, and high blood pressure medication. Because, hey, it's one revolving door anyway. It's Philippian because, like the elite androids dreaming of electric sheep, it's already come to a point where if you have those pre-existing conditions, you can get an abstract totalitarianism to tell you that's just too damn bad. We're going to get an AI to replace you soon anyway, so sucks to suck. But hey, at least you can be a data mine for them, like I'm doing right now and like you will be when you comment, because everything is now a space for reproducing the existing system through algorithmically trained large language models and convolutional neural networks. If I had to pick one, I'd say Huxley gives us the best understanding of the present through the idea of a revolving door of profit that we can infer from his work. But who do you think gives us the best understanding if you had to pick one? Let me know in the comments below.
You know why I don't care? That the CEO of United Healthcare was also a husband and father. My mom died from complications due to diabetes. Diabetes requires a lot of supply. Not just things like pumps, insulin, needles, test strips. It's things like batteries, alcohol wipes, Band-Aids, tape, gauze. 6 months before my mom died, her health insurance let her know that all of the things that she had been prescribed and insured for the last 10, 15 years of her life were no longer going to be covered. The insulin her life depended on, the pumps her life depended on, and the batteries that go in those pumps. The morning after my mom died, and I'm talking not even 24 hours after, 7 a.m. the morning after my mom died, a box full of all of my mom's supplies for the next 4-6 months showed up on my front step. And inside the box, with all of her supplies, there was a letter that said, "Due to the change in your current situation, we have now fully insured and covered your supplies." The current change in situation was listed as death. Patient expiration. So yeah, it makes sense that all of the health insurance companies in the United States have now taken their CEOs off their websites. Because it's not a matter of if this happens next, it's when. You know why I don't care that...
Damn, yo, bro, this is getting so dark right now.
While most brands chase trends after they peak, some of the...
I'm so tired. I was just gonna have a sleep a while ago, then something came in my mind. How did the water get into the coconut?
Just because someone is religious doesn't mean they're a good person, or even a sane person. Here's an example. So this guy, his name is List, and List...
Luigi Mangione.
Oh, Lord, yes. Okay.
Why was he perp walk like the Joker in the Batman movie, on video and camera, and why was the mayor of New York standing by? I was confused by what I was seeing. It's the sensationalization of it.
Yo, bro, it looked like a fucking Mike Tyson walkout. There's only the mayor of New York that would, like, walk out with Mike Tyson. I'm just saying.
Who is the fastest sea racer from the LMGC champions? You're telling me Luigi went a whole week and got no tips? That's how you know he comes from an Italian family. Look how big this family is. That's how you know he's Italian. They didn't say nothing. Familia.
Hi, I'm very confused. And there's a good reason why. I just decided, you know what, on my lunch break, let me just search up some karate videos. Oh, yeah, thank you for the ice cream, so good. Wow, delicious strawberry. Ice cream yummy. Ice cream good. Ice cream yummy. Ice cream good. Ice cream yummy. Ice cream...
What?
A single sentence in one of the oldest math books.
So, Kaisanada Sexy Red just went up against a psychotic magician whose plan was to ruin Kai's life.
A new art teacher brings hope to Ishan. A fun and eccentric new art teacher, Nick, arrived at Ishan's school. His playful entrance quickly won over the students, making them burst into laughter. He immediately connected with the children, entering their world with ease. However, Ishan sat motionless at his desk, seemingly unable to feel the joy around him. Nick gave each child a blank sheet of paper, encouraging them to draw whatever they wanted, letting their imaginations run wild. This was his unique, free-spirited approach to teaching. After half an hour, all the students had filled their pages with colorful drawings of things they loved. Yet, Ishan's paper remained blank, as white as when he'd received it. Nick gently asked Ishan why he hadn't started drawing. Expecting to be scolded, Ishan stayed silent, afraid to respond. But instead of reprimanding him, Nick patted his head and reassured him not to worry. It was the first time Ishan had ever been encouraged by a teacher. That evening, Ishan's mother called, informing him that she wouldn't be able to visit him at school that week because his brother...
Hey everyone, it's King Bear, and today we're here to talk about Bleach. That was your...
Luigi Mangione was handed over to New York.
You're denying my claim? I don't understand. I have full coverage.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Hoganson.
To deny people who need health care is how you make the company profitable.
Precisely.
While at the same time getting them to continue to pay.
Yes. Did I do something illegal? No. Are you saying we shouldn't help our customers? The law requires that I answer no. We're supposed to help people. We're supposed to help our people! Starting with our stockholders, Bob! Who's helping them out, huh?
ظلمة استمع إلى قرار المحكمة واقفة. اسمع القرارات. إيه واقفة تكون واقفة. قاعد. أوقف. وقفوا. يلا لا تطويل. يلا جوزوا منا. جوزوا منا. لا تطويل. قررت المحكمة الحكم على المدان صدام حسين المدين بالإعدام شنقا حتى الموت لارتكاب جرائم كجريمة ضد الإنسانية وفق المادة 12 أولا بدلالة المادة 12 أولا ثانيا.
But I can't tell you, like, nobody enjoys flying in airlines. It's a disaster. You charge people fees that they know nothing about. You harass them to death. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Can we just come back to this bounty issue, Mr. Schroeder, Mr. Klein?
So I'm in a mental facility in Canada. I just got beat up by the cops. I was sad because the workers at the homeless shelter.
Thank you so much for watching. I will see you folks next time. I've been AJP, your host, and I'll see you folks next time. Thank you for watching. Hey guys, thank you very much for watching the whole content. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to catch it live, come on twitch.tv/MajinP. That's MAJINNP. I appreciate the support this channel has been getting, which is making it growing bigger and bigger. So please take the time to like, subscribe, and share, and all of that fun stuff.
I'm always here trying to get up there, so if you want to support your boy, you know what to do. Thank you very much again for watching, and peace out.